So now XAMPP server installed, and I started this XAMPP server. And when I click on this start button here, it converts back to the stop, and the Apache starts running. Port number 80 and 443 it has occupied. And when you click on MySQL, it will first ask you a permission to allow MySQL across the firewall. So just click on allow access, and it will start running. And MySQL is running on port number 3306. Fine. So after all this has been installed, now you can test whether your Apache is working or not. Just open up your browser, Chrome or whatever, and in the address bar type http colon slash slash local host slash. That's it. Just press the enter key and you will be getting this dashboard. So if you are seeing this screen, then wonderful, you have successfully installed XAMPP server and it's running properly. Now on this dashboard, you have one utility called phpMyAdmin. Click on this utility, and this phpMyAdmin will provide you an interface for the databases. So these are the default databases that come up with the MySQL server: MySQL database, performance schema, phpMyAdmin, and test. So when you need to create a new database, just go to this databases tab and provide the name of the database. Let's say I name my database as music database, and just provide the collation. Collation, in most of the cases, you generally keep it as UTF-8 MB4 general CI. So Unicode is necessary. Reason being, you might be able to use the original language characters in your text. So if it's UTF-8, then it is going to support the original language. Otherwise, it's not going to support the original language. So keep it like this, music, and just click on the create button, and it will create a music database. Now this database is empty, and you can create tables into this database by specifying the table name over here. Let's say I need to create a users table first. So name of the table is users, and I need to have uh, the different columns in it, like user ID, user's email, user's name, then user's password, its creation date. So let's have 5 columns, and its status, 6 columns in this. Click on go, and here it will ask you the detail regarding the users. So the first column is ID. It's of integer type. Maximum how many users you expect, maybe 4 digit or 5 digit. So I'll be keeping its length as 5. Then second field is email address of user. It should be of varchar type, up to maybe 255 characters long. Then passwd for the user. Don't name this field as password, because password is the reserve word. So keep it as passwd. This one also as varchar, and you need to have maximum password of, let's say, 18 characters. That's more than enough. Then its group, name this as grp, and it should be of integer and maybe of single byte. At the most you can have 9 groups, let's say. Then single digit length is sufficient, or you can have two, uh, for going up to 99 different types of groups. Then in the next field, uh, creation underscore date, let it be of date type. You don't need to specify the length of this field. And last one is status, whether this user is enabled or not, and I can keep this as boolean to have value 0 or 1, or you can simply keep this as 1 or 0. to indicate whether it's enabled or not. 1 means it's enabled, 0 means it's disabled. Then if you want to give any kind of attributes on this, you can define it here, like ID cannot be null. Okay, so I don't want anything to be displayed here. Email should not be null. Passwd should not be null. Group should not be null. The group should have a default value of 1 as assigned. So if general users sign up, they will be having a group value 1. If you are admin, then you will be having a group value 2. Maybe this kind of arrangement you can set. Then for creation date, you can have a null value. Okay, and for status again, you define the status as 0, so that by default, whenever you create a user, it is disabled by default. Collation you don't need to set because it is going to pick the collation from your database settings. Then ID should be unsigned, so it should keep on incrementing. Rest for rest of the fields you don't need to give any attributes to them. Then next is indexing. Yes, I want to create an index on this. The ID number should be primary, and just give it a name like it was of 5 digits. So I'll be keeping this as 5 digit, and it should be auto incrementable. That's it. Rest all the settings I don't need anywhere. And finally, click on the save button, and it's going to create your user. Prefix key used key part isn't a string. Length is longer than the key part. So what we can do here is, for this primary key, let's remove this first. Specify this as primary key. Keep the size as blank. It will automatically pick, and click on the save button. So that's it. So this has created a table called users, and this users table is visible over here. This key indicates that the ID number is a primary key, and extra indicates auto increment. So that means it is auto incrementable. Now you can insert some data into this table right from here, this PHP myadmin. Like I can give the ID number as 1, email is rajiv at test.com, password I can encrypt the password by using this field password, and 12345 I keep the password, so it is going to store this 12345 in encrypted form. Group, I want to keep this user as the admin, so I'll be changing its group to 2. For creation date, I can select the current date, and for status, since this user is enabled, so I'll be changing it to 1 and click on go button. So it says data truncated for field passwd. The reason for this is that it is going to encrypt this password, and this encrypted password is going to be longer one. So you need to alter the structure of this table. Go to this structure and edit this field passwd by clicking on the change button next to it. And let's keep the password as 255 characters long and click on save button. Done. Now go to again insert table, insert value. ID number is 1. Email is, let's say, admin at test.com. Yeah, let's have it as admin as at music.com, since this is music database. Password should be passwd 12345. Group should be admin group 2. Date should be today's date, and status should be enabled as 1. Click on go. So it says duplicate entry 1 because last time when it failed, it actually created a row over there. rajiv@test.com, where the password was truncated. So we need to update this password. Click on this edit button, delete this one, password 12345, and click on go, and it is going to edit this. So this is the default length of the password. So that's how you can create users. If you want to make any modification, you can click on this edit button. If you want to delete this row, you can click on this delete button. And if you want to create a duplicate copy of this row, then click on this copy button, and it is going to give you this default interface for uh, managing your databases. So that's all about the introduction to this panel.